Hey, what's going on, friends? My podcast every day is broken up into two parts on the free platform. The first part, Act 1, is right now. When it's all done, go right on over to Act 2 to get the second half of the podcast. Thank you so much for checking out my show. Hello, friends. Welcome into the Eric Zane Show podcast. This is a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures from right here in the Impact Power Sports Studio. Impact Power Sports. You can find them online at impactpowersportsmi.com. They're awesome. More on them in a bit. I want to get right to some things. First of all, apologies on being super late today, but I kind of felt a little senioritis. I just was slow. And then at about the time that I wanted to get started, I realized I hadn't fed Bruce. And so I had to make him his breakfast. Now, Bruce is not a typical dog, at least not right now. He's always been a little bit of a struggle to get him to eat. But the poor guy, he's having this issue that I'll talk about in a second. By the way, Darla got herself a hoodie. I don't know if O'Neill needs one. He's got two coats of fur, but those two actually get cold. But the dude has to eat after yesterday's visit to the vet, and I'm actually going to cover that. But I had to cut up 2 hard-boiled eggs and add some rice and then all sorts of other shit to it, probiotics for his gut, and then feed him, okay? Because he's got a sensitive stomach, man. Yesterday was bad. That vet trip, I talked about it on the Patreon. So this one was only $700. I was talking with Murder Lover Linda that I'm averaging one of those big hitter bills a month. That's actually, of the last 4 months, the lowest vet bill that we've had. X-rays were expensive. No obstruction. I'm glad I brought him. He was crapping blood before we left. Don't know what's going on. They did the complete once-over on him, examined him, X-rayed him. Doc says there is nothing he has consumed that could be causing this issue. His intestines are just really angry at him. Okay. So then medicine, special care, away we go. When it was 15 minutes before 10 a.m. here, and I'm like, oh, my God, I haven't even fed the poor guy. I got to feed him. So that took some time. That's the Reader's Digest version of why I'm so damn late. And then I had to go ahead. I realized that I had to put there's a couple things you may notice about Twitch. I didn't want to have to do this, but yesterday there was another problem, and I'm not very comfortable. Something happened yesterday that made me extremely uncomfortable. And I don't have a lot of ways to protect myself or keep myself. Anything that affects my anxiety or my serenity. All right? And that came into play yesterday. I know I'm being vague. I'm being vague on purpose because I'm a nice guy. But we had another overstep yesterday, and I had to, again, kick ass and be the meanest motherfucker, because that is the only way these psychos who I've had to deal with in the past might get the message. All right? Nick says, spill the beans, Dick Tease. I'll tell you Sunday. I will tell you personally on Sunday over a Nupo. I cannot tell it because it's a bad scene. All right? It's a real bad scene. But I took some time today, and now the only way to comment, I know that the trouble cannot subscribe to this. There are things in place that are keeping this problem from subscribing. And so what I did was I went ahead and made it so that the only people who can chat are subscribers. Because you see, if I start talking, I'm going to give more information than I want to give. There's just some things I just don't want to give about this. But I haven't been this angry in, dare I say, years. And I didn't like it. I didn't like that I had to do it. I actually liked that I did it. I take it back. I enjoyed doing it because I was so goddamn mad. I'm still mad. All right? Very frustrating. Remarkable. I don't want to say anything else because you're going to be like, God damn it, tell me. But the only reason why I'm telling you this much is because because of the parameter I just put on here that you can only chat now if you are a subscriber. I can't. I better not say another word. It's so frustrating. It's just so bad that I have to do this and put you all through this. My apologies. My sincerest apologies. Chris says, was it me when I spotlighted Linda's note about calling the vet? I didn't. No. It has nothing to do with any of you. None of you. None of you have anything to fear at all. All right? I will say nothing more. I know you're like, come on, but your need to know will fade over time. Alan says, tell us a hypothetical story that may or may not be true. Okay, I want to tell you, but I'm not going to. Shut up. Okay, stop. You stop it right now. And the only reason why I'm not telling you, you see, even I can't even say that. I can't even tell you why I don't want to tell you. Stevie says, let it go, guys. You'll make Dad mad. No. I want to thank Brad B., Matt Kuipers, and Matt Steenwyk. Those were the three that put us over the top for the Great Food Giveaway. Congratulations to all the audience. Thanks for all the help. We have raised more than $5,577. I'm just going to say $5,600.75. Thank you. The big news, though, and I don't think I talked about this yesterday on the free show. I talked about it on the Patreon. Yes. After right at about that time, I got a $1,000 donation over and above the $5,600 from the Mike Ball family. Mike Ball, Nicole Ball, Carter Ball, younger brother Carter Ball, a local hockey legend, and his older brother Smithers Ball. I'm like, this is the greatest thing ever. Branjo says, not trying to bug anyone, but I didn't see the Patreon posted from last night. I think I might have. Let me double check that because I could have swore I did post it. I thought I heard from Rick S. that it wasn't posted too, so that would be more than one person who said that. Okay, now this is it. This is the Patreon. It says it's posted. Edit post. Maybe I did something wrong on the settings. There it is. I did do something wrong. Damn it. I made it only available to tier 2. That means that Rick S. is correct because he had said to me, he was the first person to tip me off about that. You are correct, period. I double-checked, period. It is posted now. If you folks ever find that you've discovered that the the Patreon is not available, like the audio or something like that, immediately reach out to me, eric@ericzaneshow.com, and then I will correct it ASAP. So thank you to the balls for that. Branjo says I didn't want to get hollered at. There is no way I would holler at any of you for that. Not at all. I wouldn't do that. I would not do that. I would not holler at you. The only people, like I hollered badly yesterday, but no, I think back to the times that I've gotten pissed off on this show. I would never, ever get pissed off at you if you're like, hey, I mean, it's something you pay for. Easy, I don't see it. What am I doing wrong? I will help you troubleshoot that all the time. I'm sad that you think that I would have hollered at you. No. I only want to help. How flattering it is that you would be interested in the silly things that are in my brain that come out of my mouth. By the way, someone suggested to me, side note, that the fact that I have the dogs in the background makes this an unprofessional podcast. And I said, why would you say that? Well, most podcasters have like a green screen and, some type of artwork behind them, maybe a cityscape. And I said, there is literally no way in hell I would ever even dream of that. Why? And I'm like, well, first of all, this is the way it's been from the very beginning. Granted, I could probably use a paint job back there and some decor, but I like the decor I have. I've got a picture of fucking Daisy on the wall that Nikki C made. I got a Blues Brothers concert poster and a shelf with various knickknacks. There's a picture of my dogs that you can't see but is back there. True, I need some spackle and to fix the kicked-in door. But who gives a shit? And even if that was the case, you're bitching about the dogs. I love the dogs here. And you know why that is so important that it needs to remain the same? My audience loves the way this is. What a silly thing to even suggest. There's probably no other podcasters that exist that operate this way with their dogs in the shot. I mean, give me a fucking break. That is that is like honestly one of the best parts. There have been some amazing moments because of the dogs. Bob says, still waiting for the dedicated puppy cam. Here it is. It's here. I got it. It's still in the box since the last time I touched it. Basically, though, that the puppy cam is basically going to be what you see here behind me in the background, just a different angle. And I would have to be in a smaller screen. So, I don't know. Yes, I will. But I'm not going to leave it up all the time while I'm doing the broadcast. All right. So it went down the road that $1,000. I called Megan and I said to her, I've got $1,000. She couldn't believe it. She's so happy. I go, what do I do with this money? I don't want it in my possession. I don't want to have to spend it. Yeah, I want you to spend it. I don't have time to spend it. And so she got to thinking about possibly buying children's medicines. Now that comes up because we had a bunch of medicines donated, but from Perigo, local company, in years past. And I guess that is not an option this year and there was a big hit. People loved getting the free medicine for their kids. So she's like, okay, maybe we'll buy some medicine. I go, yeah, whatever you want to do. So she talked to the board of directors, and she's part of that. And they all decided the tribe has spoken that fuck those kids. Now, Megan would never say that, but Stevie, who you know loves abortion, she said, no, I do not want to help any children. And then I said, it's about time somebody said it. Children get enough help. I agree with that. I think we need to start being meaner to children in general. Now, that's just my opinion. So all of the purchases are being made for Team Pink. And I guess yesterday, 200 packages of various feminine hygiene products were purchased with Ball family cheddar. So that means that's a huge boost. Now, I don't know if that means everybody's getting tampons, but it sure means that there's a lot more than we had before. And there were a lot that rolled in. Now, for the Great Food Giveaway next Tuesday, if you want to arrive bearing gifts, kind of like the three kings, what did they bring Jesus? What is the Bible story? They bring frankincense, myrrh, and was it gold? You can bring gifts of a maxi pad, a panty liner, a period cup, or tampons. And when you arrive, just give it to Megan. She'll handle it. If we have more than enough, they will be given away. There's a local women's shelter, and they donate them to that organization. How great is that? I recommend that if you just want to show up, we'll be getting there at about 1 p.m. on Tuesday the 23rd. The cars will be lined up probably at about then because this will be bigger than ever. We're giving away more food than we ever have. 225 meals. Bags of apples from Gunner, Nyblad Orchards, thank you. Bags of pet food from Grand Rapids Pit Bull Alliance. Afterwards, we're going to the Beltline Bar. In the past, people have requested that food be delivered, and we cannot do that. Everybody wants to participate. All the volunteers want to actually be there, and I said I agree with that 100%. We have to stick to one thing and one thing only, and that is standing there, giving away food, not allowing Escalades to get free food. And I still haven't yet figured that out. I don't think we can actually do that. Like if guy shows up, rolls up, in a Corvette, I don't think we can actually, I mean, I want to actually say to the guy, dude, you got a Corvette and and the guy behind you has a 1995 Chevy Beretta. Are you sure you need this? I want to ask, I mean, what does Megan think about all that? Like, Megan, if we see the line of cars and it goes, Chevy Nova, Pinto, Chevette, or perhaps, a Duster, and then it goes 2025 Escalade. I know we have a sign that says one per car. Megan says, I think you're going to be learning to work on cars if you keep talking like this. No great food giveaway customers for you. I don't know what you mean. I need to know. I need some input. I need some guidance from you. Do we have a car judge who is part of the operation? Can you offer me anything? Interesting bit of TID. Let's see. God, thank you. Alan sent me that along. That's fantastic. Thank you. All right. I guess I can share this. I started the show today, and someone has already screenshot what I'm doing and is watching it on their phone and taking the screenshot of what's happening right now. And then they posted it, like whoever Matt Sinkovich is. And he wrote, it's amazing how 10 years later, FBHW still live rent-free in his head. I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't even mentioned them. Look at, there's an image of what's happening right now. It says 10:02, so that must be like Central Time. So at 10:02 Central Time, 3 minutes ago from when I'm talking right now, someone snapped this picture, rushed over to a Facebook page, posted it, and then did all that shit. Why? I'm not even talking about them. It's amazing how 10 years later, FBHW still live rent-free in his head. And then there's another post that is shown. It shows from early, what was that, 2 days ago? They're showing another post of mine talking about the fake sniffle supercut and all that shit. See, they think that I do this because I'm like mad. It's fantastic content. Wow. So also, when this happens, and again, I didn't ask for this, nor did I post anything there. Someone just took my shit and posted it on there. And then now everybody's going to beat the shit out of me, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. All right? But now this helps me in great ways. I get tons of traction. I can see it on the back end of any of my pages. The analytics, when this happens, I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. Thank you, Alan. I appreciate that. I didn't start it. I didn't say anything on that page. So they go to my page, take it, and then say, hey, look what this asshole's doing. Thank you. I'm glad that you're sharing that. Thank you very much. Okay, I get it now. Alan says, that's my screenshot, EZ. Oh, fuck. That's hysterical. Okay. Now it makes sense. That's embarrassing. But let me back up. I'll back off of that then. So whoever this person is, so that's your screenshot, but this did happen. This part right here. Well, now I want to go over there and see what's up. All right. Facebook. I'm kind of embarrassed that I fucked that up. Okay. It's amazing how 10 years later they still live rent-free in his head. Chris K writes, and he thanks you for sharing his post. Kyle wrote, it's crazy how you call the dude out and he takes the bait. He told me he's happy to arrange our paths crossing. I'm still waiting on that message, bud. I got all damn day. A more punchable face has never existed. Steve writes, ugh, and you just made his day by acknowledging him. He will start calling people neckbeard on this post in 3, 2. Dave says, I was happy when he left the show. He always seemed like a black spot on the show. Okay. Nicholas says, yeah, it is certainly. It's actually kind of pathetic. Alan says, imagine making an entire career off shit talking your previous employers. LOL. Okay, there we go. Outstanding. That will that'll be a big hitter. There'll be a lot of conversations that come up from that. I appreciate. I'm glad that it happened. Always. All right, thanks, buddy. I'm still embarrassed that I thought that he was watching the show and that was your phone. That's awful. But hysterical. I was going to talk more about something on my brain. It's going to be one of those shows today. These types of shows seem to be happening more and more, and I don't hate these types of shows. We were able to conclude Who Are These Freebeers last night. It was a good time. I was editing it today, and I got distracted. It is not available yet on Patreon, nor is the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. But I will say this. I will reveal this much on the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. I found out that there's a fucking coyote roaming the neighborhood. And I shit you not. Like, my neighbor, Aaron, lives right behind me. And he took a pic that I need to show you. Okay. Now, he lives literally right behind me. Like, whenever you hear me bitch about too loud of a lawnmower, sometimes it's the hallelujahs, but it's Aaron. Well, he notices that there's a coyote. In fact, that fence is mine. So basically, I've got a coyote in my backyard. Now, they'll attack small animals for sure. They're dicks. And there's usually not just one. So that's a bad scene. So I was freaking out because we started the show in Pooh Bear, the Ben and Eric show or whatever the fuck. And O'Neill had to go out, and I go, don't go out there. I'll let him out. But O'Neill had to go out. So I don't even know where it is, but I grabbed my pistol and I took the dog out. And Rebecca says, get a coyote vest for the dogs. Great idea. So Pooh Bear sat in. So for like 10, 15 minutes, Pooh Bear sat in on the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. It took a little convincing. I go, hey, if I leave, will you sit in here? And she's like, no, I won't. I go, come on. Now, she's the showbiz wife. She knows. I go, you got to do it. You have to. First of all, they're going to love it. Everybody loves you. I mean, they love me, but they really love you. Cole says you better take that fucker out. It's him or your pets. Well, that's the plan. So she goes, you better call animal control so they can get a hold of it. I go, get a hold of it? I go, they're going to shoot it. I go, yeah, they're going to come kill it. She goes, oh, no. I go, what do you mean, oh, no? I go, first of all, they're nuisance. And they're so plentiful that it's a good idea to kill them. I don't even know the law in the state of Michigan, but I think that if you like see one, let's say you're driving down the road and you see like a pack of coyotes, you're supposed to drive by like a drive-by shooting and shoot them as you're driving by. They don't even want you to stop. They want you to drive by and shoot out the window. So that's a fact. I'm not just making that up and talking out of my ass. I might be. I don't know. Tyler says, yeah, if you see a coyote and you don't kill it, you can be arrested. It's true. If you're in the presence of a coyote and you don't actually get a pistol and shoot it dead or a shotgun or a rifle, you'll be arrested and charged with negligent homicide. Preemptive. That's a charge in Michigan. Bread Bull Brain Chris says she did an awesome job. All the ladies got talking. Piano Fingerbanger says, dude, your dogs are fine. You do not need to bring your AK-47 with you. Is that right? How do you know? Cole says your dogs are coyote food. Coyote season is all year. Small game fur bearer license. Nick with the great line. Remember, do not pet the coyote if you find it stumbling around the yard, foaming at the mouth. I still get a lot of grief about that from people talking about bringing in the rabid raccoon into the house. But you got to understand, I use the house as a vehicle to get it into the garage. It's the shortest path possible. So, yeah, some would say that actually a raccoon that's near death and rabid, you probably, maybe once in a while, think that it'd be a good idea to leave it alone. Just let nature take its course. But I was attempting to nurse that back. And I think that I like to help. So when I wrapped it in the towel and swaddled it and brought it in, and it was drooling rabies mouth juice onto the floor while the dogs were dancing around it, trying to play with it. Some would say that was reckless. Now, the dogs are not rabid. They didn't. Now, even though rabies comes in that foam, you can if they sniffed it or ingested it, they would have rabies. But nobody got rabies, so it was fine. Tyler says, I can just picture Eric wrapping a rabid coyote in a towel and bringing it through the house. All right. So you get to hear Pooh Bear lead the show on the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. Piano Fingerbanger says, Bruce is all of us right now. Bruce on his back. Yes, he's got a full belly. He's feeling better. I gave him his Xantine. There was a lot that we did for him yesterday. 3 X-ray views cost more than $350. We got him the probiotics, which I had to work that into his food. I got him anti-nausea medication. I got him anti-diarrhea medication. And, so he is being nursed back to health. Thank you to Dr. Dykhouse over at Animal Medical Center of Wyoming, who still have opted not to be sponsors of the show. Now, sometimes people who I want to be sponsors of the show, they choose not to be sponsors of the show because of my content. Like there was an electrician that I wanted to get on here, and he goes, yeah. The problem is we are a religious, we're Christians, so we heard your show. And I said, well, that's awesome. I mean, I am too. So this is perfect. Yeah, but you swear. Yeah. So do the people who need work done on their homes, who need an electrician from time to time. They do swear. Yeah, but we don't want people who don't swear to see that we're sponsoring you. And I said, they won't. Because they don't follow me. They follow like, Jesus Rock and shit like that. And he goes, yeah, I don't think, I'm like, look, dude, you got to understand, I am probably the most godlike person you are ever going to meet. How many people do you know made the decision to risk his own life and save another? Okay? I am a small number of people on the planet who has made the biblically inspired tradition to donate a kidney. And I will play that card. There's a lot of perks that comes with donating a kidney. I made the decision to put myself into harm's way and to save the life of a man near death, because I couldn't, on my watch, let him die. I knew I was going to save that man's life, my pal Jeffrey, the moment he told me he was dying. I'll never forget it. I talked to God, and you're telling me that you can't advertise on the show because you're a Christian. That is a huge pile of dog shit. Tyler says they're too focused on their Jesus shit. Don't worry about them finding me, is what I should have said. Donate kidney equals Jesus points. Bread Bowl Brain Chris brings up a great thing here. He says, now that we have an American Pope, we should petition for your sainthood. Yeah. So not only did I save Jeffrey's life, but I made an effort. All right? I made an effort to save a raccoon's life. Now, granted, the cop hit it with a shovel, shot it in the head twice, threw it in a bag, and gave it to me to throw away. But Nick says, I wouldn't trust an electrician that doesn't cuss. He sounds like a huge pussy. Piano Fingerbanger now lives in Metro Detroit. Speaking of contractors, my heat has been out since Saturday. That reminds me. Show pussy Joe Martinez is going to get his prostate surgically removed. That comes up on the 22nd, Monday the 22nd, bright and early. He'll be having his love pump yanked out. Hang on. Let me respond to this text. No problem, big fella. Period. I have to reschedule a meeting. Scott P. also sent along some more hilarity from the Segment 18 page. Eric Zane is one of the biggest jokes in Grand Rapids. Don't know how people still associate with him. This is awesome. I didn't ask for that. What the fuck? Leave me alone. Rebecca says, exactly. Every electrician I've worked with has a potty mouth. What am I supposed to say when I get shocked? Brett Bull Brain Chris says, easy, patron saint of podcasts. Oh, by the way, we had a discussion yesterday on the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast that focused on bidets. And, oh my God, I learned so much in that conversation, ladies and gentlemen. You will not believe this. If you have the audio podcast only on Patreon, shame on you, because you could have gotten this live. There's so much that I didn't know before that show. Piano Finger Banger says, after having a bidet, I will never go back. I want to share with you something that came in that Ben Glaze sent my way. He had it saved on his phone. I don't know if I've ever shared it with you. I can't recall. It is actually related to my dear friends over at Free Beer and Hot Wings. And it is a clip from years ago. And I think it almost seems like producer Joe in this clip was trying to get fired. In this moment, he says something incredibly graphic that gets the clip dumped. And you'll see it says censored. Like if you're watching this at home on the day it happened, you heard it and saw it on the live stream. But when Greg presses a button, that means that the folks listening on the good old-fashioned radio did not hear it. Let's get into it.
Find out more on our website at freebeerandhotwings.com. It's very interesting, though.
Sorry about the small.
Hi, my name's Joe.
Sorry about the small screen.
And some of the worst times I've ever had were when I made an orgasm and I gave myself a facial a couple of times sitting at a computer.
I don't think you can say that.
What do you mean I can't say that?
Well,
are
you
you
can
talking
say
about?
it. I'm just going to dump it.
Yeah.
Which part?
The graphic
All of
part
it.
Yeah.
It's just a bit much.
I think we've
it
definitely
sex act.
Maybe, but
we've talked.
This I know.
I didn't say a specific
you know,
sex
you know,
act.
You know, it's
know-
a sliding scale.
I didn't say
know
any
there's-
sex act. Not one.
What?
I
mean, that is.
This is funny. Right here, this is very funny. The reaction. So if you're listening to on the radio, you didn't hear the really nasty part, but you are hearing the follow-up.
Definitely a description.
It's vague enough.
Is it?
What else?
I don't know. I felt
Let me-
like I knew exactly
Let
what you
me
were
ask
talking
you
about.
this. What else would that have been?
It could be several things.
Give me one
Not
of
after
those.
the first word you used that started with an O.
Yeah, those two separate things. It could be argued.
I mean, there's nothing like putting on a face mask.
By the way, look at how young she looks. Okay? This is just a few years ago.
After a
Nothing.
good O.
Not at all.
I mean, those ones that are like, not like the shimmery ones.
Charcoal?
Yeah, or those when you wash them off and your face just looks all shiny and good
Oh.
again, like you're branding.
Oh, it's so nice.
Yes. Love that.
Well, how about this one?
Okay. Now he's going to rephrase it. But listen to how he rephrases it. Now, after he says it just as horribly or worse. All right, that is Act 1 of the podcast. Act 2 is available right after this one. Go check it out. What are you doing? Don't miss a second of it. Thank you so much.